Hello, my name is Katya, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own cottage cheese. Now this is the European way. It's a little bit different how Indian people do it. It is not instant. It takes 2 to 3 days for the active bacterial cultures to be created, so the milk ferments, so to say. But it is much more healthy, as you know, yogurt is, for example. There's also halfway kind of a byproduct. You can make your own cottage cheese, or you can stop halfway and create your own yogurt, because when the milk sours after the 2 days, you can actually separate the liquid part, and you can whip it, blend it, and add some fruits. That's actually a very good idea to give to babies as well, and drink it or eat it as is. It's very tasty. The reason I came up with that, because a lot of my friends and family would like to see it actually how to do it. So this is a how-to video, but also to give mothers a little bit of an option, choices, what to give to their babies and kids, because let's face it, we all would like to eat healthy food with no preservatives. Let's go a little bit more in details. So milk, of course, you do need milk with the cottage cheese, and also I forgot to tell that the homemade cottage cheese tastes much better than the store-bought. I'm from Kiev, Ukraine, and when I came to Canada and bought Canadian cottage cheese, I had to check the label a couple of times, making sure that I actually bought a right item. It's very different, and people there that listening to me right now from Europe, they know what I'm talking about. Here, what you can get in stores is cream cheese for baking. That's kind of consistency what the homemade cottage cheese is going to look like. So fatter the milk, better it is. Better the cottage cheese is going to come out. I use 3.5% homogeneous milk. It will be much better quality too than the skim milk. So I would recommend to use homogenized. And also, if you live in the areas, in a city, in a town, or in the country, where unprocessed, unpasteurized milk available, that would be the best choice. Also, for the starter, you don't need anything special. I use sour cream, and I use 30%. You can use actually any sour cream you have in your fridge. So, the amount of milk you want to put in the pot, 1 or 2 tablespoons of sour cream, you stir it, you cover it with a cheesecloth, and you put it away in a warm place. Now, it doesn't have to be a light or dark place. Anything that you have in your kitchen, probably, that's closer to the oven, that's where in my house the most heat generated. So you put it right here, I put it right here, and in 2 days, you're going to get a soured milk. Now, I'm going to show you close-ups for that, but the soured milk, the difference is that when you separate it, the soured milk from the regular milk, you see the kind of a semi-transparent liquid. That means it's ready to be put in the oven, so stage 2. For that, if you have a pot, and the pot has plastic handles like that, you want to make sure you cover it with a foil. So, very easy. You just take a piece of foil and wrap it around before you put it in the oven. You don't want to, damage your pot. You don't have to put a lid on it. You put your oven for 170, 200 degrees, depending on if you have convection oven or regular one. Convection heats up faster, I find, and it cooks food faster, more evenly. Therefore, you want to put it for 170 to 200. If you have a regular oven, and you probably know your oven best that I do, and if it's kind of on the slow side, the food cooks a bit slower, then you put it for 210 to 115 degrees. Now, the amount of time you want to put the mixture in the oven, it totally depends on the texture you want to receive. I like to put it for an hour and 15 minutes because I like it not too dry, not too soft. If you like it very, very creamy, especially it's good for the babies, then you probably want to put around an hour. If you like it really dry, then an hour and a half. So I would encourage you to experiment it, and once to do it for an hour, second time for an hour and a half, and see what you like the best. So here the close-up of the soured milk that you had in your kitchen for 1 to 2 days, depending on the warmth, the season. And basically what I'm talking about, when you will see transparent liquid, it will look like that. So then you know, then you're pretty much ready to put it in the oven. Also, if you see a lot of cream on top of your soured milk, before you put it in the oven, I suggest to you to stir it around. And you will see why, because when we put it in a cheesecloth to strain it, you don't want all the good stuff, the cream, to kind of stick to the cloth and to be thrown away. You want that to still be within your cottage cheese. Okay, so after stirring, you're ready to put it in the oven. So I have a convection oven, therefore I preset it for 200 degrees. And I usually put it on timer because I'm busy, so I put it for an hour and 15 minutes. And voila, we're all set up, and in an hour and 15 minutes, when it's cooked, we're not going to remove it from the oven. We are just going to let it cool inside of the oven for another 1 to 2 hours, and then the cottage cheese will be ready to be strained. When you take ready to be strained cottage cheese out of the oven, I usually let it stay and cool off inside. You can also bring it outside to speed it up. That's basically how it's going to look like. There is more liquidy stuff and more solid stuff. You can put it you can take a strainer, put it directly into the sink with some cheesecloth. That's basically what I have, and I put it on top of the strainer. And as you can see, quite a bit of cottage cheese. I used 2.5 liters of milk. Okay, and it's ready to be hung. So what I do, I tie it like that. And like this. You can just leave it in a strainer, it's just gonna drip. The liquid is gonna drip out and it's gonna be ready. But to speed it up, the gravity will work in our advantage. And I'll put it like that on top of my faucet. So here we go. In half an hour, 15 minutes, half an hour to an hour, depending on the amount, the cottage cheese is ready. And here is the recipe of a meal or a dessert that you and your children will enjoy. So you will take a little bit of cottage cheese, half a cup, and you put it in the container. With that you put 1 banana, half banana, depending how much you like. And I always add a little bit of milk, so it's more liquidy, it's like a whipped cream. And add your favorite, like I add sometimes a real vanilla extract or banana extract again to make it nice and sweet. You can experiment with adding blueberries, raspberries, whatever is in season. And after that, I use a hand mixer and I mix it up, and I'll show you the consistency of the product. And again, if you see it's too thick, all you do, you just add a little bit of milk or cream, depending how much fat you want in your dessert. So after that, all we have to do is just to put it in a container, in a bowl, in a saucer. And here we go. Your baby will love it, and so will you.